Back home, there are now 50 confirmed cases in Singapore, with 3 new ones confirmed yesterday. All 3 didn't travel to China recently. But some good news, 6 more patients were discharged from hospital yesterday, bringing the total number of those who have recovered to 15. But as of yesterday, there are 5 clusters here involving a total of 21 locally transmitted cases. The 5th cluster is the Grace Assembly of God Church in Tanglin and Bukit Batok. It's linked to 2 of the latest confirmed cases, who both work at the church's sites. The earlier known clusters are Seletar Aerospace Heights, the Life Church and Mission Singapore, Grand Hyatt Hotel, and a Chinese health products shop Yong Tai Hung. 3 patients linked to that cluster were discharged yesterday, along with 3 others. 15 in total have now recovered. Well, journalist Timothy Goh, who's been covering the coronavirus from the start, joins me now. Tim, what are these clusters doing, or what have they done to curb the spread of the coronavirus? For instance, are they limiting the number of people who can enter these premises?
Hi, Olivia. Well, I think you can focus on what the 2 churches and the construction site are doing, since they're the more recent clusters. For Life Church and Mission Singapore, what they've done is they've stopped cell group meetings and home gatherings to minimize the spread of the virus. They've also engaged a professional cleaning company to clean the premises. And the church has stopped all its physical meetings and services for at least 2 weeks. This is similar to measures that are being employed in Grace Assembly of God. In this case, services and activities at both of its branches have been stopped for 2 weeks as well. And there are no online sermons, as the entire team has been split in half. So half of them are working from home, while the other half are still working from the premises. They've also suspended classes, Bible studies, and all non-essential face-to-face meetings for this period, and disinfection has been done too. For the construction site, the Seletar Aerospace Heights, the company overseeing the works on the site has quarantined 3 of its employees, and the site is operating with additional healthcare measures such as temperature screenings in place. So all mass meetings at the work sites have been suspended, and they've prepared backup staff to take over the duties from those who are being quarantined or placed on LOA.
Right. Well, in light of the emergence of the 5th cluster, as we know, is at a Grace Assembly Church of God, should the public avoid places where large numbers congregate?
That's a very good question. I think avoiding crowded places in general is a good guideline if you want to avoid falling ill, regardless of the illness that you have. But specific instructions have been given to certain groups. For example, organizers have already been told by MOH to, they're advised to cancel or postpone large-scale events. Foreign domestic workers have been advised to avoid large gatherings in crowded places on off days. And those who are unwell or on LOA are not supposed to go out and should avoid crowds. Now, that being said, there are no really hard and fast rules in place. But if you do wish to go out into a crowded place, you should practice good hygiene. And by this, I mean wash your hands with soap and sanitize regularly. And remember not to touch your face with unwashed hands. That's the most important thing.
Right. Well, I want to ask you about the situation over at DBS. We learned yesterday that around 300 employees were told to work from home. So what's the latest there?
Well, currently, we know that the case that's confirmed at DBS is case number 50. He's a 62-year-old man who went to work on Tuesday and was confirmed with infection yesterday. Now, a bit about the evacuation. We did ask the Director of Medical Services yesterday, and he said that it's not actually standard operating procedure for all places to evacuate upon confirmation of a case. Employers do need to clean up the premises, and the premises must be inspected afterwards, but whether they want to evacuate is up to them. That being said, after DBS's decision, they decided to disinfect and deep clean the areas in accordance with MOH guidelines, and contact tracing is being carried out for all employees and others that the employee may have come into contact with. As an additional precaution, all DBS employees are being given a personal hygiene and protection care pack, which includes masks, a thermometer, hand sanitizer, and some vitamin C from next week.
Great. Well, thanks so much for your time, Tim. That was journalist Timothy Goh, who's been covering the coronavirus situation in Singapore for several weeks, and you can read his story on straitstimes.com.